Hey everybody, welcome back to the Maturish podcast. I am delighted to be here another week dishing it out to you guys one episode at a time. Now, before we dive right on into it, hi, I'm Kobe, the boat, the best of all time, the best to ever do it, really. And I'm about ready to set sail onto another episode. But every pilot needs a right-hand man, somebody to take over once they have a heart attack and can steer the ship back to shore. And my right-hand man is sitting right here on my left today. Everybody, Mr. Donovan Lowry.
Hi, I'm here to do an episode.
That's right, Donovan. And thank you for being here on another glorious occasion.
Yeah.
So today we are going to be talking about all things parenthood.
Oh yeah.
This is also an episode just like last week that has been sitting on our hearts for such a long time. And it feels good to be able to sit here and to dish these out finally. You know, this is what our third or fourth, maybe fifth week back, something like that.
Something.
And it still feels brand new.
Don't it?
And it's just so nice. But parenthood. So I'm just gonna jump right out of the gate. I'm gonna shoot you a question.
Okay.
Is there a specific memory from your childhood, something that your parents, hi, Donovan's parents,
Hi.
hello, something that your parents did for you, something that you did with your children, something that they did with their children that just sticks out with you?
I'm sorry. Could you ask the question just one more time?
Yes. When you look back,
Uh-huh.
is there something that your parents might have done for you or done with you that just vividly sticks out in your mind?
Yeah, being with them. I remember before the bum ass place closed, me and my father used to go to the skating rink all the time.
Peoria Palace.
Yes, I love that place. And it's just like, we don't do things like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why am I not loved anymore?
Because you're old.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of newer additions.
My time has come and gone.
That is right. You know, it's your time to have your own children, build your own legacy, and find a skating rink.
I will.
You will.
I'm going to go there.
I seen on Facebook somebody was like, they need to take Landmark down and make that a skating rink.
That ain't nice.
I know it's not, but it's like also, yeah. I mean, like all of the bowling alleys, all of the movie theaters around here. If I want to bowl, I'm probably going to go to Round 1 or Mount Holly. If I want to watch a movie, I'm going to Willow Knolls. I'm going out to watch a movie. I'm never going to Landmark for absolutely anything. So I don't think I'd mind. I mean, I wouldn't be going to the skating rink, but at the same time, it'd be nice to have something else.
That's true. I mean, because we have our places. We go to those places. So we don't really know. Because there are a lot of, like, those kind of people that go there. So what happens to those kind of people?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
When they can't afford the good places like we go to.
That is a good question.
I know.
Right. So, you used to go skating with your father.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. I went to Peoria Palace.
All right.
But nothing. There used to be a skating rink on Forest Hill, right there across the street from the liquor store. Now it's Dollar General. But that used to be a skating rink. And I had a birthday party there a long time ago. Like maybe my 5th or 6th birthday party. My 7th birthday party was at Chuck E. Cheese. It was not my 7th birthday party. The only reason my 7th birthday party is so just seared into my mind is because I got a PlayStation 2 for my 7th birthday party.
I love that PlayStation 2.
At Chuck E. Cheese. PlayStation 2 is the 2nd greatest gaming console of all time.
Can we do an entire episode dedicated to the PlayStation 2? Please, I beg you, please.
Well, get up off your knees.
Oh.
I can just remember growing up, my mom was always my mom.
Ain't she?
Oh, and I love my mom.
I do too.
Thank you.
Love your mama.
Thank you.
Damn.
Yep.
That mama of yours.
Thank you. That's awful nice of you. My mom has just always been
feelings. Sorry. So deep.
One of those parents that always encouraged us to do what we wanted to do.
Ugh.
Like, you know,
she encouraged that gay shit, didn't she?
No. No, she did not.
All right.
Like, you know, there's some parents that it's like, oh, well, when my son gets into school, he's going to play soccer. Yep. He's going to be a soccer player. Or, well, my daughter, she's going to start taking dancing classes and she's going to be a ballerina. My mom never did any of that. She was always so involved in us doing what we wanted to do. I don't recall Kylie, like, I'm talking like young childhood, primary school ages. I don't recall Kylie ever doing anything. Kylie was an extremely shy child. Like, at the spring and winter concerts that we would do, Kylie would get up there and cry because she had to sing in front of everybody.
What a bitch.
Oh, so she never would do it. But I, of course, did sign language club, but I'm fairly certain, yeah, Kylie would do it with me. But drama club was really my big thing. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
And after this, remind me about that. I have something to tell you.
Okay.
But she was always there. You know, she'd help me practice my script, read different lines, and the Young Authors program. We can talk about it now, okay?
We can. We have nothing but time.
The Young Authors program, it was a very nice little program. You wrote a book, you know, and if your book got picked to win, it would be in the school's library. I don't know if there's ever like a money thing. I never won.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Did you ever participate in that?
Probably not. Not if it wasn't for no money.
I don't recall if it was like a mandatory thing. I do know I wrote 2 books. And what you had to do was write a book, and it didn't have to be like no long Harry Potter-esque 400,000 page book.
Hope not.
Just like a 10-page whatever, and you had to illustrate it too.
Oh.
Do all the illustrations yourself. So the very first one I did was called Steve's Motorcycle, and I still have Steve's motorcycle.
Wow.
And it was about this man named Steve. It was a mystery because, of course, it was. Mm-hmm. Went to Walmart, just doing his normal grocery shopping. For some reason, he chose to ride there on his motorcycle to grocery shop.
Steve wasn't a very bright man.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he'd get everything home.
Goodness.
But anyways, Steve goes into Walmart. He does his shopping, and he comes out. And the motorcycle's gone. Yes.
What?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Now I have to find this book and read it. So he draws up this huge investigation of who it could be. Now I have no idea why this didn't win. Like, screw the Young Authors program. This should have been like a New York Times bestseller.
Of course.
So his neighbor gets in on it, and she's like, well, I'm going to help you find this motorcycle. Whatever. So she draws up a list of, yeah, this person, I've never seen them on a motorcycle, yet they had a motorcycle in their garage, yada yada. It ended up being the neighbor stole his motorcycle from Walmart.
What?
Yes. And I think she ended up going to jail or something. Anyway, so I had this bright idea and I presented all of it, but my mom did all of the work. She was always the best. Like, I'd say something and she'd be like, well, what if we use this word instead? To where it's like it's sounding like an adult wrote this book. It wasn't anything that was like really special or whatever. She wasn't. But it definitely sounded more professional than it did a 7-year-old writing it. And I can't draw. Still to this day, I can't draw. So it was only way worse 12 years ago. She did all the drawings too. She drew the motorcycle and she drew the cop car. Oh my goodness. Just little things like that. Christy, she was always a good one. And still to this day, she is a good one. God bless her soul. With you being raised the way you were, you know, with your parents' households and everything, it eventually coming together to create the person that is Donovan. Mm-hmm. Is there anything specifically that your parents taught you, or anything specifically that you maybe not on purpose learned from them that you are definitely going to carry into when it's time that you have your little offspring?
Hard work.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I always thought, like, because I wasn't, like, doing my schoolwork like I should have, that was, like, I wasn't a hard worker. But now as I've grown, and I've had more jobs, and I do all these things, I realize I am.
That's right.
I be working my butt off. You know, my mom has always had 8 jobs. My dad's always had...
At a time?
Yes.
Don L.
My dad always had his jobs, his hobbies, all the things he was doing. You know, it was just like, that kind of rubbed off on me.
Right.
Because now I'm doing this, I'm working, probably looking for a second job.
Right.
You know, it's just like, don't stop making money.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And once you stop making money, the
You're
thing
useless.
is, though, you have no money.
Exactly.
And once you have no money,
you're useless.
What money do you have to use your money?
Okay.
Once you have no money, what money do you have to use your money?
You did not need to repeat that.
I'm making sure it was heard because it makes sense. And I'm glad that your parents really instilled that into you, that's something that you still carry with you today, that you're making sure you have your money so that you can use your money for your money.
Yep.
Do you see yourself truly 100% there will be a day where Donovan Lowry is a parent?
Oh, yes. 1,100,000,000,000%. Because, like, kids is like my life. You know?
Yeah.
I'm always doing kids. Everything I do is about kids, you know? And it's like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm taking care of these other people's children, but I'm not having my own. Mm-hmm. What's the point, you know? So I need to have my own because I want my own, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. And the thing about life is you have your wants. Mm-hmm. And once you get to getting towards your wants kind of become needs.
Yeah.
What you need to do to get towards your needs is what you already are needing to do.
Exactly. Sure.
What you need to do to get towards your needs is what you're already needing to do.
Right.
And the thing is, you know what you need to do.
Mm-hmm. I need to have kids.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And that's just already a clear idea for you.
So I feel like I'm taking care of all these other people's kids.
Right.
Right. But I feel like there's still a hole there.
Right. Because it's not yours.
Exactly.
Do you have a time frame? I mean, you got to think about it. We're getting old.
Yeah.
You know, you've been 20 for half a year now. Mm-hmm. I'll be 20 in half a year.
All right.
Because for me, I don't know, but we'll get to that in a second. Do you have a set time frame of like, by the time I'm 26, I want to have a child? Is there anything in your mind that you have that drawn out?
I want to have my first child about 2-3 years.
Wow.
Uh-huh. I feel like around that time, because I don't want to be like those old ass parents,
Right.
a 4-year-old having a 5-year-old.
Right.
I want to have them like while I'm young.
I was just having that conversation. I've never, ever, 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 ever pictured myself being a father.
Ooh.
Like, to me, I've just always been more so like the uncle.
Mm-hmm.
To where, in a way, your nieces and nephews, if you don't have kids, those are your kids. The only difference is you get to return them after a night or after a weekend or after a week, whatever. Same thing that was like, I feel like I'd be a very good godparent. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I don't not want to have kids. Like my uncle, when we were young, before he had his son, he always said he wasn't going to have kids. Mm-hmm. He wasn't going to have kids, you know.
They make you old.
We were his kids. And that's right. And he got married and he had his son. My uncle was 29 when he had his child, and he doesn't have any more. 29, 30. Like, just thinking about me. Now, here I am about to be 20. I'm in no rush to have any kids. At all. At all.
Oh, all right.
But if I'm 28, 29, 30, and there's still, like, that process hasn't even began, I don't think that process will ever start for me.
Okay.
I was just having this conversation sometime over the weekend that I don't want to be like pimped out in a suit and a cane sitting at a high school graduation ceremony. Right. You know, having to use my walker to get back to the car for my child.
For my grandkids, maybe.
Right. And that's one thing. That's no. And if I do have children, I don't want any more than one.
Really?
Yep, just one child is all I need.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I was just thinking about that because, like, my thing, I'd hate to have like an only child. Put them through that horror and torture
of being an only child.
Yeah. Mm-mm. If I'm gonna have children, I'm gonna have children.
Right.
It's either gonna be 0 or 80, 100 million.
That's right.
I'll never have just one child.
Nick Cannon.
Yep. It always was my inspiration.
Yeah.
And having kids, not like music or nothing.
Right.
Or whatever.
Whatever Nick Cannon does. Pick up and kill it and kill it. He just wilding out. And then...
Yeah, not his comedy either.
Yeah, no. And then before that, he was married to Mariah Carey. So, that's cool. I would definitely marry Mariah Carey.
Oh, yeah.
Mariah Carey...
Getting paid every Christmas?
Mariah... Hello?
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Ugh.
Like the day after Thanksgiving to New Year's Day.
Even before that.
Because she's Mariah Carey. Not even that, but you got to think all throughout the year. Because Mariah Carey has hits. She has hits in general. But then you get to that Christmas season. All I Want for Christmas is you being like the Christmas song.
Easy.
There will never be a Christmas season for as long as we live that you don't hear that song in a grocery store, on the radio, on a commercial.
Exactly.
But anyway.
You see she getting sued or something?
She is over the title. So my thing was, and I read that, and this is why I was confused about it. There's plenty of songs with the same title.
Right. Like
and I don't have any just at the top of my head, but I can definitely, you go into Apple Music or Spotify, YouTube, whatever, looking for a certain song, and you type it in, and there's 15 of them by 15 different artists. Right. It would have been one thing if he was like, well, I'm suing because it was in the same key as my song or the lyric infringement or whatever. But how can you really sue over a title? I've never even heard the dude's song. Maybe I should have listened to it. If it ever crosses my mind again, which it probably won't, right. Maybe I'll listen to his song. But yeah, that's weird. It won't go anywhere.
People do anything for $1.
They will.
Goodness.
But hey. If I had a song called All I Want for Christmas Is You, and somebody said, you might be able to sue for it, I would have already had the papers drawn up.
You're right.
Have you always envisioned yourself as a parent? Like I said, I've always thought of myself as like the uncle, the goddad, that kind of thing. But for as far as you can remember, have you seen yourself being that, oh, I want kids?
Yeah, I've always seen just me and my kids. It's because I've never seen like having like a significant other in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to turn that?
No.
Okay. It's always just been me, my loving family, my 3-4 kids.
Wow.
I don't know. It's just like the thought of another person in there is just yucky to me.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I feel like it would just be so much easier. Because, like, you get tired of being around the same people every day.
Yeah.
Like, you love your family dearly.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there needs to be breaks. You know, there needs to be a day where somebody goes somewhere else and you're free.
Right.
And the thing is, if you raised your kids alone, I mean, we both have support systems in our parents and things like that.
Right.
But I'd like to think so. You know, you never know what could happen. That, like, what if I'm actually stuck doing this all alone?
I'd help you.
Oh, that's awful nice of you.
I'd take your kids for a week.
Kids? I'm not having multiple children, just one. Preferably a boy.
Yep.
Just one. I have a name picked out already. I have an actual bucket list. I have a bucket list of, it's up to like 76 items on it.
I want a boy first, so we can
Protect your daughter, whatever. We can have 2 kids. We have to have a son first so he can protect her.
Yep.
Ew.
That's just like, why would you
So
even say that to me? I don't care.
And it's so funny because it's so cliche.
It's those type of people I wish have, like, just infertile.
You guys don't need to be parents.
Shut up.
Why aren't you protecting?
He's gonna let your child get his ass beat. God damn.
Are you gonna go help your sister?
What if the boy get beat up? Then what? That was on you.
So you're protecting the son, and the son will protect the daughter. But what if the son is removed from the equation?
Exactly.
Who does she protect?
Now what?
Oh my goodness. Anyways,
Protect her damn self.
I have a name picked out, and I used to joke, like, we'd be in middle school and we get whiteboard markers, us, you know, friends of whoever, whatever sort, and we just like write on whiteboards names. And I would always joke, but sometime within like high school, I fell in love with the name Kylan. And it's so funny. I always thought it was funny because they're like, if your child is biracial, their name probably ends in an N. It's a Hayden, it's a Jaden, it's a Jalen, something like that. And then here I am biracial, and yes, my son will be Kylan. It's always had this, anytime I have children on The Sims, if it's a girl, she has to go because the son is Kylan. Yep,
Okay.
it's Kylan, Kylan. I will sue if anybody steals that.
I'm sorry.
Like if I don't have a child and that name doesn't get used by me, it cannot be used by anybody else. It's Kylan Drace. Oh my goodness. And it's so funny because that's a name I'll practice yelling. You go to the bottom of the stairs. Before your child is born, you need to make sure that if you're having a middle name, the first and middle name together are yellable together.
Right.
As in, you're sitting on the couch. Kylan Drace, come hand me this TV remote.
Yep.
Just stuff like that.
Simple stuff.
Yeah. But also, and this is something that I just figured out in like recent years, that I was like, if I do have a girl, I'm not going to try for a boy. Sucks. Bye, son.
Right.
I'm having one child irregardless.
Would you name her Kylan?
I would.
Okay, cool.
Kylan Nicole. Because, and I feel like this would be even like cooler than the whole Kylan Drace thing. It would be spelled KY apostrophe LYNN and then Nicole for the middle name. Because Kai would be the first 2 letters of my sister's name. Lynn is my grandmother's middle name. Nicole is my mom's middle name. Bam, bam, bam.
Beautiful.
It is. It's very beautiful. And Kylan Nicole, come hand me this TV remote works just fine also.
It does.
Are there any names that you really like?
Okay, I do. I got a couple. I've been thinking about this for decades.
Wow.
My first son, of course, will be named Donovan Jr. Because what else would I name my child? My second boy, though,
D2.
nope. he wouldn't be named Dawson.
That's nice.
Yes, this is very nice. Girls.
Why hasn't anybody came up with that Dawson name yet? It'd be nice to have a Dawson in your family.
It would. It's just like, I don't know, people just don't think like me.
Right.
Girls, I don't know. I just like names that end in I.
Really?
Like Imani, Naomi.
See, I'd do Naomi too, but it would
Right.
have to end in a Y.
Oh, ew. That's embarrassing. You really shouldn't have. You want to restart the episode?
No, I think that is very beautiful. A very beautiful spelling of the name Naomi. Or Naomi, but it's pronounced Naomi.
Not.
Like, could you imagine, like, attendance?
That's horrible.
Naomi Williams, it's Naomi. Like, just tweak it just to...
I'd hate you. Why would you do that?
It's Naomi. Just little stuff like that. But anyways...
I'm about to show you this. You ready?
I'd like to think so.
Ah, shit. Hold on. Because it's right here. It's a name that me and my cousins have been arguing about for years.
Arguing about who gets to use it, or...
No, just if it's a good name or not.
Okay.
You know, I say years. It's really been like a week.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
But that, yeah. Just like you've been thinking about
This.
those kids' names for decades. Huh. Keziah?
Keziah.
Huh.
I love that name.
It's cute.
See? I know. Like,
It is.
I'm just like, how could you not like that name?
Keziah. I think the spelling is cuter than the name itself, if that makes sense. Like, certain
like-
letters just look good together.
Just the letters that it has in the name.
Yes. Keziah.
Keziah.
Because I feel like that's a powerful name. Keziah. What would her middle name be? Do you think you give your children middle names?
Yeah.
Really? Well, yeah. I really like my name. I really like Kobe. I like the story of why I got Kobe. And it makes me even more delighted that I am truly the last Kobe standing today.
All right.
Oh my goodness. So my Snapchat story the other day. So I seen this post on Facebook, and not seen it, popped up in my memories that I shared it from 2020. And it was like, get you somebody that looks at you the same way Kobe looks at Vanessa. So mind you, it just popped up in my memories, meaning somebody made this post in June of 2020. Kobe, if I was Vanessa in June of 2020, I wouldn't want Kobe looking at me. He's dead.
Right.
So I posted on my story that I don't want no dead people looking at me. And the fact that I was the last Kobe standing. And a lot of people really have something to say about that. It's the truth.
It is.
A response that I did get that I sort of chuckled at was standing. So,
Man.
yeah. Yeah. So I think from now on, I'll just say I am the last Kobe.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause you are.
But I would never want to name my son after me.
Really.
I would want to do a junior.
Because you're the last one.
Well, sure. But it's also like, if you're a junior, what if I end up having this, like, amazing legacy? I go on to be the guy. And then I have a son, and he's worthless.
Like EJ.
Exactly.
Ugh.
You're Magic Johnson. And then, what does EJ do? Is he
He's
like
fashion? I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, yeah. But I mean, you know, he's getting his bag and Magic wasn't his. I'll have a Magic Johnson story. Not for this episode. We'll come back later.
All right.
But I'll tell you guys my Magic Johnson story. Gives you guys something to look forward to.
Can't wait.
But if I go on to be like this great whatever, and then I have a son that's a school janitor,
Right.
is that Kobe Jr.? Like, I want to give my kids something proud to be about, but you're not going to embarrass me by being nothing and then turn around and saying, I'm Kobe Williams' son.
Right.
I have his name. But also, like, giving Kylan Drace, not only is that just such a beautiful name, just so beautiful, then it gives you, that's your name. You go use your name.
Right.
Kylan. Wow.
Because, I mean, like, you still have, like, the same last name.
Right.
And all that, so it's still, like,
Right.
your name.
Yeah. Something that I am seeing more common is that women are either giving their children their last names or they're hyphenating. I almost said hyphenating. Hyphenating. Should be called halfenating.
I was about to say
You're
it's the
taking
same thing.
right. They're halfenating the last names. And that is the exact reason why I do not. If it was somehow possible that it's like you go here and just give your man juice and then you'll have a baby, then that's what I would do.
Right.
I don't want there to be another person involved. It
don't
just
at
gets
all.
too messy.
Don't it?
And especially just from like experiences I've seen in my personal life between
Expensive.
men and women. It is. It's very
Good
expensive.
Lord.
I just don't want to deal with it.
All right.
Or like here I am, we're going on. I've sat on this name Kyle and Drace for years. What if I get a girl, we settle down, and she's like, no, that's a stupid name. I'm not name.
Right.
Like now I have
It's
to
my
kill you.
child.
Right. Thank you.
It's just like,
You're
you're a
just-
woman. You know?
No. Every week there's something. I feel like by the time winter comes, I'm going to have to go back and listen and just write down. There's something from each one that is like,
Yep.
wow, how does each week, there's just always something.
I'm always ready.
Yeah. Or another thing, like, what if I get with a woman and she's like, no, I need to have like 4 kids when I've always wanted one.
We'll go find. Goodbye.
Right. Right. It's so difficult. I'll figure it out one day.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's, and this is what I wanted to say. It was so crazy to hear you say like 2, 3, 4 years, because I feel like a part of me is like, we're still kids,
Yeah.
but we're not. We're 20 years old.
Yeah.
4 years from now, 24. That's how old my mom was when she got pregnant with me. She was 25 when she had me. Like, wow. That's just so crazy. I'm already older than my grandmother was when she had my mom. Things like that. So we're not really kids. I still like, obviously we're out of high school. We're doing what we're doing.
Right.
So we're not kids, we're not running around and parents tying our shoes and pulling our pants up for us. But at the same time, I just don't feel like I'm as old as I am.
Yeah. It's coming.
It is. And it's almost like do or die time. If
Yep.
not now, then never.
Yep.
And I don't want to say never, but once again, I don't want to be 80 years old. Congratulations, son, on graduating high school.
Right.
No.
No.
No. It's
That's
very-
why. That's why I need to do it quick and fast.
Right.
And I need to find a way to take women out of the equation, so it could just be me and my children.
That's nice. Well, I mean, there are probably people, once you get your money up, there are definitely people you can throw them like a McChicken and they'd have, I could probably think of a few people.
Oh no!
If you just fed them properly, they'd have your kids.
Wow.
Just anything, people will do anything for money,
That's true.
especially in today's economy.
Yeah.
I'd have somebody's kid if I could for some money. If you are willing to pay and you want a child so bad that you need me to father that child for at least $50,000, I'll father a few of your children.
Right.
Anything for some money.
That's not that bad.
I'll give you like 5 kids. You give me 1. And then like they never see each other again.
See?
Except for like maybe we all still live in the same city, and then they go to like college or something, and then it's like, yeah, you really look like me. What's your name? Oh, whatever. And then they do like ancestry tests, and all of the results are the same. And then he's like, Dad? Yeah, Kylan? What is this? What is what, son? He says, do you have any other kids? And then I just take the phone and I put it in my hand because I'm shocked. How does he know? I need to enter the Young Authors Program again. Is there an old authors program?
Just write a book, Cody. Jesus.
I need an incentive, though.
Can we both just write a book?
Oh, my. We should.
Yep.
Oh,
See?
my goodness. And see which one they like better.
All right.
Donovan Joseph. You're on. Steve's Motorcycle Part 2. Steve's tennis shoes. Oh my God.
He was going to the swimming pool.
Got out the pool. Where are his shoes? It's so funny to think about because it's such a dumb.
Like, what?
You go to Walmart on your motorcycle.
Just imagining Steve walking out with bags on his arms full.
Looking for his mud.
Shit.
This is where it was, and he's standing in an empty spot. I feel like just for my own personal enjoyment, I need to definitely get into writing something. That Let It Shine 2 plot the other day, golden.
I would love to write.
Like, I've thought about that every day. Because it started off as just like cracking a joke. But as I went on, and I'm not going to tell y'all.
Nope.
I am not going to tell y'all a thing. Because the last thing I need is for somebody from Disney to be listening in, and then they send it over to Coco Jones, and she signs off on it. And then next thing I know, that's my movie on the screen, and I'm not getting any credit for it. No.
Because they are listening.
They are. Mm-hmm. They're always listening.
Ain't they?
That is probably the greatest thing I have ever conjured up. Ever. Just everybody's involvement in it.
It was nice.
The way Lord of the Bling came into the story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 2-season Netflix series. Only 2 seasons. So Netflix, hit me up. If y'all are ready to get Trevor Jackson and Brandon Michael Smith and Coco Jones and everybody on board, I'm ready. Tyler James Williams. I'm ready to sit down and I'm ready to have a meeting.
Let's do it.
But do it like now. That way that if I do become a parent, I have money.
Right.
Because at this point, oh no. We're both going to be sitting out on the street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting because you can't hold on to like being a child forever.
Right.
And it's like, I just never thought it'd be interesting to see us, like, see your friends become parents.
Yeah.
Go off and get married.
Most of them are.
Right. Yeah.
This is like all of these people are having kids, but none of my friends are.
Right.
I guess I'm just in the right friend group.
That's right. The ones that I was friends with that had kids already had their kids that were going to have kids. Ugh. None of them have waited. But I think we're still young. You know, at 20 years old, that's still kind of young. Yeah. I'm just now about to be entering this year of high school, which would put me at halfway done. I'm nowhere near ready to have a kid.
Right.
That even if tomorrow somehow there was a way that a child was on the way from me, I don't know what I'd do. Yeah. I'd have to escape somehow.
Yeah. Is it too late for an abortion?
Oh. So, I don't know what I'd be able to do. No.
Sorry.
That's the hill you're going to die on, isn't it? One day, but not today.
Okay.
It'll just be interesting, like I was saying, or like.
Just his whole episode was a ploy.
Yeah, it was to get you into. Yep. I don't know. Do you think I would make a good father?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I have fathered things.
Things, not actual people. Yeah.
And I've done a really good job at fathering said things. Sure. But it's just this, like, I don't know. Like when you get a fish, you know, you feed it once a day, and then every once in a while, if you get bored, you can look over at the tank. Mm-hmm. You know, you get a pet, you get a bird. You just have to feed the bird and listen to it chirp. Mm. When you have a kid, a human child, That is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week commitment thing. There is no breaks. You don't just put food on the table and look at it. There's actual diapers. Still to this day, I am 19 and a half years old, and I have never changed one diaper.
I've gotten used to diapers.
Well, you kind of have had to.
Yeah.
I've never really had any kids around me. The only child that I've seen like actually be a child is my uncle's son, and he's gonna be 10 next month. So even then, I was his age now when he was born, and that's so crazy. Time is flying by. Yeah. Like we're young, but I really feel like I'm starting to get old. When like Internet Explorer is shutting down, no more Internet Explorer, and I was like, wow, that was the search engine I learned how to use in primary school. Just things like that it's like, we're really getting old. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Here's another good question.
Okay.
Your parents have been good parents. Do you think your parents would be good grandparents? Because there are times where there are people who aren't good parents that end up being good grandparents, and same vice versa. Do you think your parents would mesh well into being the old grandparents?
My mom will. Definitely. Just the way she spoils me and Dawson. My children will definitely get all of that and then some. My dad, though, on the other hand,
That's interesting.
It is. Can you go? I'm thinking.
I can. Okay. I think my mom would be a really good grandmother. The only thing we've talked about, she tells us like she doesn't want grandkids anytime soon. Do not make her grandmother anytime soon.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, don't. But at the same time, like, it's funny to think because Kylie's only a year older than me. 10 years from now, there could be weddings. There could be kids. Like, it feels like we're not that old, but we are. 10 years from now, we're entering our we're going to be out of our 20s.
Yep.
So that's just it. The only thing we've talked about with my mom is what would you want our kids to call you? My grandmother, my mom's mom, is Nana. And then our other grandmother, Carol, is Mama Carol. We have Nana and Mama. She's like, no. They sound old.
Yeah.
Grandma sounds old. Granny sounds old.
That's what my grandma said.
So she doesn't want to be anything that sounds old. I was like, do you want them to just call you Christy? And she says no. So that's the only thing that we've had. And it's like, what would our kids call you? Because everything, whether it's whatever, oh, that sounds old. No, that sounds old. I'm not going to be old.
Well,
yeah.
All right, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't mind. Like, I've thought about it. As of right now, I'd let my kids just call me Donovan, really. I just don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like whenever, because titles are so important.
Yeah.
Like, my family doesn't refer to, I mean, like, your grandmothers have their own names. Your grandparents have their own names. But, like, my family, when everybody came to Kylie's graduation party, my mom and us, and then my uncle and Parker are the only people that refer to, like, my grandmother's sisters and her brother as aunts and uncles. Everybody else just calls them by their names. Titles are so important. Do not let Kylie's kids fix their lips to ever call me just Kobe. I will knock you over.
Okay.
I'm Uncle Kobe.
Right.
Unc. Ooh, Unc.
Unc.
Unc. Unc. That's it. Don't even, you do not get to fix your lips to call me Kobe. No, my name should never come out of your mouth. Unc. Unc.
I always love Unc.
Can I go to Unc's house? Unc's
I don't know. It's like, I
apartment.
love it.
Can I go to Unc's? Anyway.
Streets. Can we go to Unc's corner?
Yeah, Unc's nice. Yeah. And then your siblings are just all so much younger than you.
Yep.
That hopefully it'll be a long, long time before
we'll see.
Your Unc.
Yeah. I mean, I have like Marcus and Kenya. Hopefully,
right.
They bring some children into my life.
That's right.
I can't. It's just like I'm not having kids like as this moment, but I want to be a godparent.
That's the thing. Me and Shania have.
But I have no gods to parent.
Okay, me and Shania have this conversation on a daily basis, because she's like, she wants to have kids, but she wants to wait until she gets out of college to have her kids. Right. Whatever. Make me a godparent now.
Exactly.
Same thing with like an uncle. If Kylie was older than me, I'd probably be like, Kylie, have a kid, Kylie, have a kid. But Kylie's 18 years old. Whatever. Give us a few years. Like, my mom's whole thing is graduate college. Okay, cool. Kylie, as soon as she enters that last semester of college, is, okay, unk.
Right.
It's your job. You would definitely be my child's godfather.
Right.
And I hope I earn that same respect back.
Of course.
Cool. Godfather me now. Now.
See, you've earned the title of godfather. I have not earned the title of father.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right. If any of you out there are looking to get together with Donovan,
please
carry the child and then never see him nor the child again.
Here are my requirements. You have to be a woman, at least 6 feet tall, black. If you're not black, please don't contact me.
Goodness.
Actually, never mind, because I'm not going to talk
at
to
least.
you anymore.
Look at you.
If you're, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A tall lady to have some.
That's right.
At least
average sized children.
Look, you have to be mentally stable, smart.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to write the child into your will. That's about it.
So you want somebody that is comfortable never seeing this child after the child in one way or another comes out of her.
Right.
But is still entitled to all the benefits from its mother.
Of course.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
If you can find a woman that delusional, please let me know.
Well, I will.
Because our kids will be siblings.
Won't they?
You'll be their uncle, their godfather, and their brothers and sisters' dad too.
Man. I was about to say, look, watch this. One thing about that, like just having a lady have my child and then leaving. What if the kid is like, Dad, where is my mom?
That's the thing, yeah.
That's the thing I've always been like worried about. He's like, why the fuck do you care about her? Care about
Am I
your dad.
not doing good enough?
Exactly. Like what? Fuck her.
That's right.
She's just a incubator.
Wow. Look at you.
You all right, Kobe?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I guess time will only tell.
Yep.
I mean, time flies by, and that's the craziest thing about it. That is like, it seems like it was just yesterday that I was graduating high school, that I was entering high school, and here I am almost halfway done with college. It's already June 2022. We're halfway done with this year already.
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy to me. That is when you just say, well, 2 years I'll be 22, 5 years I'll be 25. Gosh, that's like tomorrow with how time started to go by super fast. And it's so funny. In 4th grade at Woodrow Wilson Primary School, I had Mrs. Page. Probably my favorite teacher that I had at Woodrow Wilson. Sweet lady. But at the beginning of the school year, she said, you have to take it all in because time is about to start flying by. Yeah. And it seemed like life was taking its time up until that point. And she said that, and somehow I fast forwarded to where I am today.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that's just truly how it is. There's 24 hours every day, and days go by fast.
And it's like, I remember as a child, I used to be in the car. You know how, like, on the buildings, it'll say, like, the number, like, it would be, like, 20 something, like, from the street.
Right.
Like, the building would say, like, 2019, 2021. I was like, oh, man, that's, like, in the future. I can't wait to see. And now
it's in the past.
It is those dates.
The thing that is truly making me start to feel really old is when the DJ will be on the radio And here's today's throwback hit.
Yep.
And it's something that I feel like was just on the radio.
Oh my god.
Please.
First let me hop. I'm like, what? That's a throwback?
And then, oh my god.
Dude,
and then I Googled the song and it's like 2011. Like somebody that I used to know. Right. And it's like, wait, no. Yes.
It's crazy. Like,
oh my goodness.
Our throwbacks would be like mindless behavior.
That's the thing. So it's like when you hear throwback music now, it's all very like, it's cool, it's calm. You know, you do have your rap, you had your Tupac, your Biggie, but it's like, I would honestly want to harm myself if Kylan is middle school aged. Dad, look at this song I found from when you were my age, and he plays Young Boy.
Exactly.
Guys,
what?
This is this is the legacy we're building for ourselves. Yep. We're gonna have a throwback station that is gonna be like Pooh Shiesty.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's okay. That's all right.
That's terrible.
We'll see. And it's just like, or even like the music people that are around, like Beyonce, Rihanna. When you look at how long they've truly been around, Destiny's Child was even further back than 20 years ago. Yep. The 90s were 30 years ago. Yep. It's crazy.
That hurts.
Yeah. People born in 1992 are turning 30 this year. Good. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And this, like, I never realized, like, how fast time is going until, like, the 90s wasn't 20 years ago anymore.
Right.
It's just like...
Yeah.
Time is moving and it needs to stop.
It is. And I feel like just things like having kids, I feel like that helps really slow it down. If you guys know, any of you old heads out there, if you're like 85, sitting in the retirement home, or for whatever reason they are torturing you guys with Maturish, write to us. Let us know how your 85 years have went. Because it's cool. It's crazy.
Can we go hold interviews?
With the old people.
Yes.
Yep, we have a whole lot of stuff to do this summer.
Yeah.
We have more things coming for you guys. We're obviously writing books. Yep. And we're holding interviews at retirement homes.
Something else to add to the list.
When are we going to work? Like, sleep? We won't. Sleeping is for... Losers. It truly is. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, my mom... Because I can still... I mean, when COVID first hit, you got to think. Like, we weren't in school, whatever. I was staying up till 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I'd get on the phone, and I'd be having dinner at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's now. I'm doing good to stay up till 3. But my mom, why are you staying up that late? And literally the only reason is because I can. Yeah. Because there's soon going to be a day when I work until 5 p.m. and I'm so tired that I'm in bed by 8. Yeah. So I'm staying up until 1, 2, 3 because my body still allows me to.
As you should.
Yes, and I will.
Because there's limited time.
There is. And who knows when that day will come that it's no more 3. My 3 a.m. is my 3 p.m. So.
Maybe I shouldn't have kids.
That's the thing. Like, the only thing that is like, if I don't have kids, then it's like, well, everything that I work for in life, like my house, my cars, my money, anything, my stuff. Because I have stuff today that is like really cool. That if I wanted to sell it, I'd be good. The stuff that I inherit, where does this stuff go to if I don't have anything? Right. What if I don't really like Kylie's kids? What if they don't like me? Right. Then I'm not going to give them my stuff.
Exactly.
And a lot of charities are so twisted now that you can't
it for themselves.
Right, that you can't really just donate thousands of dollars to charities anymore. Right. That's something that I'll have to look into if the day comes that I don't have kids. If not, then little Kylan Drace is receiving the world at his father's expense.
Man.
What would okay, hold on. Oh my goodness.
I'm holding.
Don't give my child a mother. But what if I die? My mom doesn't want to raise any more kids.
Right.
She didn't want to raise any more after she had Kylie. That's why she stopped. Man, Kylie, would you... I don't know.
What if I die?
Yeah.
Would Dawson take in my child?
Because that's the thing. Godparents, that's what godparents are for.
At 14 years old?
Right. That's what godparents are for. It's like if something happens to me, then that's you guys' responsibilities. But if you have 5 kids...
You can have this one.
One of you guys figure it out. Ryan and the company take the rest.
Yep.
We could still meet up and could even do a trade.
Right.
Go get your brother. I'll take him. Swap out for the week. Something.
Right.
My goodness. Wow. It's just a lot of things you don't think about. And then when you do think about them, it's like, dang. Because you truly never know.
At all.
You never know what life is going to hand to you.
Sometimes it's going to fuck you up.
But something life is going to hand to you is a new episode of Maturish coming next week. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Maturish. Once again, it was something that we had been sitting on for so long.
We're just sitting on like so many episodes.
We are, and you guys are going to finally be able to hear all of them.
Yes.
If there's anything you'd like to say to us about parenthood, if you're a parent, if there's any tips you'd like to give about parenthood, and if you're somebody who doesn't want to have kids, why don't you want to have kids? Let us know at any of our social media pages. If it's one with the username, it is _KD Productions _, the Facebook page and YouTube, _D Productions. I am literally everywhere. There's so many social media platforms nowadays, and I make sure that I am on each and every one of them at Kobe Who Else. Once you get to me, you can find Donovan. He's around too. I thank you all so much. Thank you for sitting down with me. I'm thankful that Steve ended up getting his motorcycle.
Oh, he did.
And I can't wait to do this all again next week.
Oh, yeah.
I love that each of you be happy. Be happy. Find your happiness. Drink your water.
Drink that water.
And be happy. I'm Kobe. Donovan is on my left.
Hi.
We love you.
I'm always on the left.
You are.
Do we never switch it up?
I don't think so.
Goodness.
I don't think so. But that's what works for us.
I'm on his right.
That's the truth. I love you guys.
We really shouldn't, like, the limited viewing that we have,
Yeah.
we shouldn't lie to them.
We shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. And I'll start being truthful
Gotcha.
eventually. Not today. Love you all. Goodbye.
Bye.